All right. I just want to say, if I know you in real life, I'm so sorry. Moving on. Also, quick recap. Nope. The game is afoot. Okay, that's all I got. Maria had been repeatedly barraged with questions by Auntie Rosa and the other parents, and was now in the worst of tempers because no one would believe her. Even when we kids tried to talk to her, she would just ignore us. Our parents were all stirred up over the gold, firing back and forth about the distribution of the assets, and completely forgetting that we children were even there. Oh yes, a surprise will has showed up to basically piss everybody off, pretty much. Even though I'd already figured that they had been talking about this in the shadows, I never thought that they'd be this blunt about it, and at least to us kids, it was a considerable shock. From what we could overhear, all of our parents wanted as much money as possible ASAP. Back and forth about grandfather's inheritance. Back and forth about the distribution of the gold if it was found. About advance payments in cash. It was so despicable I couldn't bear to watch, even though one of them was my dad. It looked like Jessica felt the same way. Damn, we left our seats, although no one had asked us to leave, and went to hang out somewhere apart from the parents.
なるほどな。じいさまが飯の席にも顔を出したくない理由がよーくわかったよ。うちの親たちにはすっかり幻滅だぜ。金だの遺産だの。よくもまああそこまで大っぴらに。
You just now realize that your parents are awful people.
俺の場合はクソ親父に幻滅しきってるからな。
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
これ以上評価の下がりようがないぜ。
What a good sport. He's clearly uncomfortable.
そんなの私だって同じだぜ。しかし今夜のには呆れたぜ。
It must be pretty bad in there, because they already know their parents are awful.
心底呆れたぜ。
Jessica looked down at the floor, irritated. She was always talking about how bad her parents were, but maybe she hadn't really felt that way deep inside. Honestly, yes, Jessica gives like she has birth mother in her phone for her mom. I could realize that from the depths of Jessica's shock. She's not really about it. She's not a real parental hater.
未成年の君たちはご両親に養育してもらってるからわからないだろうけど、お金を得るというのは単純な綺麗事じゃないよ。
George is right, though.
未成年である今にそれを理解しろとは言わない。でもご両親なりに何かの努力をしていることだけは認めてあげてほしいな。
Like, Ava's actually greedy, but like, real talk, money is, especially that amount of money.
やれやれ。ジョージの兄貴は人間ができてるぜ。
Plus, all of them are in like the shitter financially.
ジョージ兄さんは社会人になってバリバリ働いてるけどよ。
But not even just financially. What is Rosa even? Sorry, I gotta remember something. Okay, his financial problems make a lot of sense, except he's not like completely broke. Her husband is gonna get ousted from his company, essentially. He's gonna go to jail for something that I kind of wish we knew a little bit more about. And she has student loan payments, pretty much, something like that. Anyway.
金とか財産とかそういう話になったらうちの親父たちみたいに強欲むき出しのハゲタカになれるってのかよ。
自分だけの話だったらそんなことはしたくないよ。でも家族や社員、部下やその家族の生活を背負ったら。
私はそんな戦い嫌だぜ。小さなの遺産がどうのこうのなんて話ヘドが出るぜ。
Jessica pretended to spit violently. That harsh reaction made the depths of her pain very clear.
もうこの話はやめようぜ。じいさまの隠し黄金がどうのこうの、財産だ遺産だって話は親たちの問題で俺たちの問題じゃないさ。
That's true.
僕も同感だよ。せめて気を利かせて親たちの話し合いを邪魔しないのが子供の務めだと思うね。
I guess.
なんだか面白くねえぜ。
Everyone knows the phrase, adults are filthy. But we had now seen that for ourselves, and that really did give us a shock. I guess the worst part about this is not only is it like your parents, but it's like your loved ones, like, are all being like, you broke bitch, and like, that's kind of nuts. George was now pretty much an adult, and I had already been disillusioned with my dad in the first place, so the shock wasn't that big for us. But it looked like it was different for Jessica. Oh, it looked like the shock that Jessica had received was even bigger than I had thought. I don't even feel that much sympathy for her, I'm being for real. This girl, she was always talking badly about her parents, but it looked like she hadn't changed at all on the inside since long ago. Yeah, she's been shit-talking everyone here, so I'm kind of like, okay. Even now, she was still a pure-hearted and delicate person who couldn't doubt others. Well, she need to wash that mouth. I'm so sorry. I'm sure she respected her parents as much as anyone else does. I guess. Like, they are your parents. To me, it just reads as spoiled, but okay. And then her parents started joining in with all the other parents right in front of us children. Going, money, money, inheritance, inheritance, my money. So it was no surprise that the shock of hearing that was so big. Normally, I'm on board with whoever the reader thinks I am, but except here, I hate these people.
ジェシカちゃん、
The adults,
ど
not
う
the
か
kids.
お父さんとお母さんのことを嫌いにならないで。理解しろとまでは言わないから、せめてどうか嫌いにならないであげて。
分かってるよ。少し放っておいてくれよ。
6 years ago, I would have further taunted the dejected Jessica. See, Battler thinks he's me. But even I've grown up over the past 6 years, damn. I realized that it would be better to leave Jessica as she was right now. Jessica suddenly looked away sulkily and left the parlor. She probably wanted to be left alone for now. I could do nothing but wordlessly watch her back as she left. It's something very funny about Battler and George being like, oh yeah, you didn't know people are awful.
そういえば、マリアちゃんはどこに行ったんだろう。
多分まだ肖像画の前でいじけてるんだろうぜ。
Maria, who truly looked up to witches, had expected that coming in direct contact with Beatrice and receiving the letter as proof would be an event that would surprise everyone and make them happy. Damn. However, the adults had doubted its authenticity, had not taken Maria's story at face value, and had thoroughly bombarded her with questions. Even I didn't find it hard to imagine how much that must have hurt Maria. We couldn't speak to either Maria or Jessica. In the end, George and I abandoned ourselves to the sound of the falling rain in the dark night.
台風はどんな感じなんだろうね。ニュー
Glasses
スをやっ
mode
てないかな。
activated. George walked over to the corner of the parlor where the television was. He hadn't called me over, and I really couldn't have cared less where the typhoon was on the sea now. So I didn't go over to the television, but instead loitered around the window.
そんなに風は出てなさそうだけど、海の上はひどいのかしらね。天気予報では暴風警報も聞いてたんだけど。
キリエさんか。大人たちの積もる話はどんな感じなんすか？
Yeah, let's get into you, Kyrie. It looked like she caught the sarcasm. Kyrie-san shrugged.
この胃の痛くなる話は徹夜で続くのかしら。嫌になるわ。
まあせいぜいよろしく。 じい様の財産分配についてハゲタカごっこをお楽しみくださいってんだ。最低の気分だぜ。
それに関しては同感よ。バトラ君みたいに席が外せるなら私もそうしたいわ。でもそうもいかない。たとえ発言権がなくてもね。パートナーも大変よ。
Kyrie-san sighed, smiling bitterly. Well, yeah. They probably won't let Kyrie-san, who married into the family, speak. Yeah, I didn't like how Rudolph told her to be quiet. Still, as Dad's partner, she has no choice but to stay by his side and support him. Being in the line of fire, she must be having to bear far greater mental pressure than me. I wasn't going to apologize, but realizing that I'd spoken too harshly, I cut the sarcasm for the time being.
どんな感じなんすか？相変わらず謎の魔女ベアトリーチェの話題で持ちきりですか？
まあね。あの人たちはおじい様が亡くなった時の遺産分配について兄弟4人で話をまとめようとずっと密約を重ねてきた。
She is very observant, bitch. Hang on. Because you know who would never have responded like this? Natsuhi, Ava, or Rosa. So.
そこへ未知の5人目が現れて話をややこしくしようっていうんだから穏便な話のわけもないわ。
And she's looking at me, bitch, to see if I caught what she said, which was a fifth person has appeared to make things even more complicated. Meaning, another person besides anyone that would have given the letter or given Maria the umbrella. But everyone denied it, so like, I'm watching you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
かと思えば共闘しようってことになったり。
One moment they're snarling at each other, and the next they'll set up a common front. That is true. On the one hand, they all wanted a larger portion. So if she says it's a fifth person, why would we not like look into that? I don't know. I really think never mind. They all wanted a larger portion than the other siblings, so they were all rivals. But on the other hand, they didn't want one yin to be snatched up by anyone other than the siblings, so they were all also allies. That's the thing. Like, what are they fighting about? Like, why would they not be fighting about like, who is this woman? That's what they need to say. We need to team up and find out who the fuck sent this letter. I couldn't get her to tell me the details, but they were apparently arguing on and on about their ceasefire agreement and rules to prevent anyone from getting ahead. Bro, fuck the rules. You just got a letter that just blew up your spot. You need to figure out what that's about. The situations under which their portions would be protected and what legal measures would be taken in a worst case scenario. Bro, I need a lawyer. By this point, my emotions had shot straight past disgust, and now I perceive them as a force to be reckoned with. I'm so sorry, by the way.
自分抜きで遺産の分配なんて話を勝手に進めてた息子たちに一泡吹かせたかったんだろうぜ。
何者かしらね、ベアトリーチェって。
Questions that need answers.
自称してることが全て本当なら、今日まで誰にも知られずにいた謎の人物で、しかもおじい様の隠し黄金の存在を知っていて。
Okay, it's the motherless mother has appeared. Because as soon as that letter showed up, we needed to knock on that door and look at that motherfucking ring. And now that we don't have a ring, or no one can get in that room, we need to ask this question. I'm sorry, it's gonna bother the hell out of me. Yeah, ask the right
相当に
questions.
信頼された人物ね。
さすがにほうきにまたがった魔女だとは思わないっすけど、
Me
で
either.
も魔女と呼ぶに値する怪人物であることは間違いないっすね。
I guess.
マリアちゃんがそのあたりのことを詳しく話してくれればいいのだけど、
I agree.
みんな小さい子にがっつきすぎだわ。
Like, literally be like, Maria, what was she wearing?
すっかり怯えてしまって
What does she look like?
聞けるものも聞けなくなってしまった。
Where did she go after she gave you that shit?
あの人たち北風と太陽とか読んだことないのかしら。
Get into it.
確かなのはマリアがベアトリーチェと名乗る人物から手紙を受け取ったこと。
Period.
自分で現れて直接話せばいいものを手紙を託して今もどこかに身を潜めているっていうシャイな怪人物ですけどね。
Period. Let's keep asking questions.
ねえバトラ君、
Let's get into it.
ベアトリーチェなんて人物が本当にいると思う？
さあ、あくまでも偽名じゃないっすかね。じい様の代理人としてその妄想の中の魔女の名を名乗ることを許されたとか。
Sure.
そうじゃなくて、
Ooh.
今この六軒島には全部で18人いるの。
Oh my god, bitch. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Correct.
19人目が存在すると思う？
I'm 50-50 the way I see it. Are there really a whole 18 people on this island? Wondering about that, I began counting on my fingers, and it really did come out to 18 people.
19人目が存在すると思うってどういう意味ですか？
Exactly what I
言葉
said.
通りの意味よ。
Oh my... Is she me?
マリアちゃんに傘を貸した人物は私たち18人の中にはいないらしい。なら19人目がいて、その人物がマリアちゃんに傘を貸したと思うのが妥当じゃない？
Sure.
まあそうなりますね。
ならその人物は今どこにいるの？少なくとも雨が降り出した瞬間には島にいた。そしてその後はどんどん天気は悪化して、とても船なんか出せない状態。となれば
So she's still here,
その人
bitch.
物はまだ島の中にいて、どこかで雨宿りをしていなくてはならない。私たち誰の目にも触れずね。
確かに俺たちは屋敷やゲストハウスの中を勝手にうろつき回ってましたが、誰も19人目なんかには会ってないわけですよね。
That they told you about.
でもまあこれだけの広さのある島ですし、屋敷やゲストハウス以外に雨宿りできるところだってあるのかも。
Another possibility. At about this time, I began to realize what direction Kyrie-san's doubts were taking us in. Honestly, the right motherfucking direction. Kyrie-san was denying that a 19th person existed. Beatrice was one of us 18. Get into it. In other words, she thought that someone we knew well was using her name. Huzzah.
ベアトリーチェが自称する通りなら、
Huzzah.
その人物は間違いなく最高の賓客よ。
Amazing.
おじい様が信頼する最高の腹心。そんな人物をおじい様が歓待しないわけがない。お屋敷に迎え入れないわけはないのよ。でも私たちは誰も見ていない。
And yet this person has access to this, like, extreme, beautiful letterhead and seal.
待ってくださいよ。それはちょいと請求な推理じゃないですか？
No, bitch. You don't have an... You need...
確かに誰の目にも触れてはいないけれど、だからって19人目を否定することにはならないんじゃないですか？何かの理由があってこっそり上陸してずっと隠れているのかも。
Why don't they let her talk?
悪魔の証明ってやつっすよ。
Like absence of evidence,
いること
whatever.
を証明するのはたやすい。ベアトリーチェってやつが俺たちの前に現れて挨拶すりゃ解決する。でも19人目がいないことを証明するのは不可能っすよ。
バトラ君の推理の仕方は悪くないわ。現在の状況では19人目の存在を認めるにも否定するにも情報が足りない。でもね、チェス盤をひっくり返して考えるとほぼ19人目はありえないって断言できちゃうのよ。
Okay, so Battler is saying we can't prove that a 19th person doesn't exist. And she's saying if we look at it from the other side, she's gonna have to explain. Flip over the chessboard was one of Kyrie-san's favorite phrases. I had also been influenced by those words and used them myself from time to time. That's a crafty thinker right there. When you get stuck trying to find a move in chess or shogi, by flipping the board over and looking at everything from your opponent's standpoint, you can often see a strategy that would give you the upper hand. Derived from this, it means to think by putting yourself in your opponent's shoes.
いい？
Yeah, let's do it.
仮
Let's
に
flip
19
it.
人目の人物としてベアトリーチェが実在したとして、その人物は誰にも知られることなくこっそりとこの島に上陸しずっと隠れていた。何かの理由があってね。
Right.
ならどうしてわざわざ姿を現してマリアちゃんに手紙を渡したの？
I might love her. It really was a contradiction. If they had some reason for hiding themselves, then they should have stayed hidden the whole time. But they had appeared openly in front of Maria. You know why? Because Maria would believe some bullshit, right? 1. 2. I don't know. It's kind of all there on the 10.
そ
Whatever.
れはほらマリアも言ってた。メッセンジャーにされたって言ってたじゃないですか。
Messenger. Yeah, she
マリアが
did.
一番年下で素直そうだったからじゃ。
What I
メッセンジャ
tell
ー
you.
なんて必要なの？手紙を親族会議の席上に送りたかったら郵送すればいいだけの話よ。4人の兄弟全員に郵送すれば黙殺することもできない。
That would have been fierce, honestly. But that wasn't the goal. Let's flip that motherfucking chessboard around. They had Maria do it, and they had Maria read it in front of anyone because they wanted to emphasize that anyone can solve the riddle.
手紙を持参してこっそり手渡す理由がないの
To
よ。
carry it themselves and secretly hand it over.
確かになんだかおかしな話っすね。
Get into it.
そもそもベアトリーチェが存在していてその存在をアピールしたいならみんなの前に堂々と姿を現せばいいだけの話。
Right. She had to complete the illusion. She had to make the magic happen and make it seem like, make everyone be like, what the fuck is going on?
なのに現れずマリアちゃんという小さな子を通しておぼろげな輪郭だけでその存在を主張しようとする曖昧さ。
And then from there, it's up to them if they solve it or not.
矛盾。もっと考えて。
Yeah, what is the goal?
マリアちゃんの
The
前に
real
姿を
goal.
現し19人目の存在を印象づけるという点とにもかかわらず今この瞬間も私たちの前に姿を現さず隠れ続けている点。
Illusion! She wants us to think a 19th person
こ
is
れらの
here.
矛盾。これを念頭に置いた上でチェス盤をひっくり返すの。つまり19人目の人物としてベアトリーチェがいると印象づけたい人物の
You
目
better
論みは何か
snot,
よ。
bitch.
姿を隠したい人物ならその存在をアピールするわけがない。そして姿を現したい人物なら 手紙を託すなんて遠回しをするわけがない。ってことは
Come on, we're so close, Battler.
ベアトリーチェは18人の中にいるのよ。だからこそ18人以外の人物が存在するような幻想を作り出しているのよ。これ見よがしな19人目のアピール。それで得をするのは姿を潜めた19人目じゃない。すでにいる18人の方なのよ。
Yeah, because the 19th person would just show up.
もちろんこの推理は穴だらけ。
That's true, because there could be a number of infinite reasons why the 19th person wouldn't want to show up to this awful family.
いくつかの前提がひっくり返るだけですぐに崩れる脆いものだけど、私はほぼ間違いないと見てるわ。
This was quickly starting to sound pretty creepy. Who had lit Maria the umbrella and handed her the letter? All of the 18 had been ruled out, I guess. And yet, Beatrice was hidden amongst those 18. What was that person planning? Hiding their true form and pretending to be Beatrice.
マリアちゃんの自作自演も疑ったんだけど、文章の内容が非常に手が込んでて、マリアちゃんが自前で用意したとは考えがたい。
Yeah, I'm gonna rule that one out myself.
でもマリアちゃんが何者かと共謀している可能性も否定できないわ。
I can't rule that out.
おいおいおい、マリアは9歳の子様だぜ。誰を妄想するってんだよ。
Honestly, anything.
しかも愚直で真面目で素直なあの性分だぜ。
ええ、私もマリアちゃんの性分はよく理解しているわ。
Listen, no crime has been committed yet.
でもだからこそあり得ると思うの。魔女に憧れ、その存在を盲信している夢見がちな少女。
That girl's a dreamer who this, she is smart. She is put here to keep you on track.
そこにベアトリーチェと名乗る人物が現れて魔女だと名乗ったら、彼女はそれを大喜びで鵜呑みにして信じるんじゃないかしら。
1,000,000%.
つまりあの肖像画のごついドレスを着て変装すればマリアを騙すことは難しくないと。
And why are you, you know a lot about this, ma'am, now that I think about it.
その論法になっちゃうと、
Damn,
私たち女性陣
bro,
は
she's
みん
quick.
な疑われちゃうことになるんだけどね。
She's quick.
とにかくマリアちゃんが何者に出会ったのか、
It could have been anyone except Goda with his big ass.
それの詳細を聞くことがこの謎を解く一番にして最も身近な鍵なのよ。
Thank you. And they won't let her talk to the adults,
し
so
かしその鍵は
they're not gonna figure that
少女の
out.
奥に堅くなに閉ざされてしまったわ。
Yeah, because everyone's being a dick to her.
みんなが頭ごなしに魔女の存在を否定し、一体その人物は誰なのかと問い詰めすぎた。マリアちゃんは当分大人には心を開かないでしょうね。
Kyrie is like, Battler, I need you to piece it together for me. Real. Come on, Battler. In the dim hall in front of the portrait of Beatrice, Maria was sobbing. Aww. Damn.
マリアがベアトリーチェに会ったことを信じてくれない。
She was so sad after her flower. And then she had the best day ever. And then no one gave a fuck. Damn.
ベアトリーチェとくれた手紙も見せたのに、それでも信じてくれないの。
Aww.
とにかく鍵はマリアちゃん
That's
に
still scary.
ベアトリーチェが
That's
18人の
really
中にい
scary.
るのか19人目なのか、それを知る鍵をね。
And that is a big question right now.
マリアは頑固だぜ。あいつ へそを曲げるとなかなか機嫌を直さないからな。
大人の私より子供のバトラ君の方が機嫌を直せる確
She
率は高
is
そうよ。
slick because let me tell you something. That's probably the only reason she's talking to him right now. Is so that she can figure this out because she we need to get to the bottom of this.
彼女の機嫌が治ったら聞いてみて。遺産分配がどうのこうのって話には関心ないけど、
And now I see how she keeps Rudolph in check because she's 1,000,000 times smarter than him.
こんな王道洋館ミステリーみたいなシチュエーションにはワクワクしちゃわない？
Which is honestly so sad to see her settling for a fool like Rudolph, but I'm happy for her if she's happy.
マリアちゃんに手紙を渡した人物は一体誰なのか。
Rudolph's not dumb though. He's very lawyer-y, I guess.
知的好奇心がうずくわ。
He's kind of matter of fact.
うんざりするような金の話に付き合わされてもワクワクとは実にタフなことだぜ。
Yeah, she's kind of based.
大人はすげえや。
I shrugged, exasperated, but I'd realized. She had noticed the dejection I was feeling because I'd overheard our parents' turbulent discussion, and was probably trying to turn my mood around. Maybe. Had at least managed to make me feel good enough to hurl abuse. She wasn't my real mother, so I never felt like calling her mom, but it did make me think she's a real adult.
おう
Oh
ガキども
my god.
ここにいたのか。キリエも長え化粧直しじゃねえか。俺も次からは化粧をしてくることにするぜ。
Oh my god.
ごめんなさい。女の化粧は長いのよ。どう？兄弟水入らずの話し合いは。
So, no, because listen, she told him, hey, I'm gonna go fix my makeup, goes and finds Battler, and is like, Battler, I need you to figure this out. Nah, she's smart. Maybe it's not her, but she's still crafty. But it still could, whatever. It could really be anybody.
あいあいとしてるだろうよ。
Kyrie-san poked the weak spot under my arm with her elbow.
一度頭を冷やそうってことで小休止さ。こりゃ夜通しになりそうだぜ。泣けてくれ。
His way of talking hadn't changed, but he couldn't completely hide his fatigue. I couldn't say I was sympathetic, but he looked pitiful compared to his normal, energetic self.
しかしひでえ雨だな。
Battler really does not like his dad, and so I'm very curious how awful his dad actually is.
ゲストハウスに戻るのも嫌になるぜ。
Oh, well, I guess it's because he married Kyrie after his mom died, so maybe it's just on that principle.
夏日姉さんが屋敷で泊まれるよう準備してくれたらしい。どうする？
3階になった時に考えてもいいんじゃない？部屋に戻る体力もなくなってたら、その時はお世話になりましょうよ。
そうだな。その時に考えりゃいいか。バトラーはどうする？
俺がいちゃお邪魔だろうからよ。気使って向こうに戻るぜ。
そうか。すぐ戻るのか。
さあな。一人で戻ったって寂しいしよ。子供全員で揃って帰ることにするぜ。
そうだな。そうするといい。それでバトラー、お前今夜はそうは簡単には寝ないだろう。
多分いとこたちとおしゃべりしてるだろうからな。夜更かししそうな気配はあるぜ。それがどうかしたのかよ。
そうか。もし大人たちの会議が終わってお前がまだ起きてたら、ちょいと家族でしたい話があるんだ。
なんだよ。
He sounds very sentimental.
柄にもねえな。
Right. Apparently, Kyrie-san was thinking the same thing. What are you talking about? She asked him in a small voice. It looked like Kyrie-san didn't have a clue what Dad was talking about either.
キリエにも聞いてもらいたい話だ。後で話すから、今は聞くな。
That's not what I want to hear.
頼む。
Yeah. I don't think there's anyone who ignores their family as much as this old bastard. And this was the guy that was asking us to talk as a family. I've been there. Both Kyrie-san and I couldn't help but get wide-eyed.
そうビビった顔すんなよ。
That's so real, bro.
ビビりてえのは俺の方なんだ。何しろ。
At that point, he swallowed his words for an instant. I don't remember Dad being the kind of person to artificially drum up suspense.
気持ち悪いぜ親父。
Right, just say it.
今家族は全員揃ってるじゃねえかよ。もったいぶらずに言えよ。
俺は多分
Oh, Lord.
今夜殺されるだろうな。
Why would you say something like that? There was a huge crash of thunder. It must have been really close. Dad's expression, brightly illuminated by the lightning, was burned into my eyes. Dad's face, which always looked so sure of itself and which always wore a taunting expression, was for some reason that I couldn't explain, strangely frail. It was so worn out that he looked like a different person. Oh, damn.
Huh?
That is intense.
何言ってんだよ、ガラでもね。
同感よ。どうしたの？急に弱気ね。あなたらしくもない。
俺も化粧直しに行ってくる。
What? You can't just say that to your family and then be like, we'll talk about this later. On the eve of the ritual. What the fuck?
ついてくんなよ。
Dad turned away weakly. After that, only Kyrie-san and I were left, still wide-eyed.
なんだってんだ。
You can't just... I think I'm gonna get murdered. Bye.
今夜殺される？
Why murdered, bro?
まさか。あの妙な手紙のせいで、親父ビビっちまったのか？
That would give me so much anxiety, bro.
連続殺人者の映画の見過ぎだぜ。
It's too much weird shit happening today for them to just, like, laugh that off for me. You're gonna have to explain that. Kyrie-san didn't answer my lighthearted words and continued to stare at my dad's disappearing back. Right, yeah, you,
バトラ君はルドルフさんに今話せと言ったら話さず立ち去った。
Is she mad?
みんなに話すことがあると言い出しながら答えなかった。どうして？チェス盤をひっく
Why
り返す。
indeed?
すると
話すと言っておきながら話せない矛盾。なんすかね。親父側から見ると何か見えてきますか？
Can I see anything? He's not one to drum up suspense. Maybe now's not the time. Maybe he wants to see if they can settle something out of this family conversation with the other siblings.
ええ、見えるわよ。
No, like,
話
please.
したいことがある。でも自分から言い出す勇気がない。だから追ってきて俺に話しかけて聞き出してくれが正解ね。ついてくるなも逆の意味よ。
That's a wife right there.
ついてきて俺を問い詰めてくれが正解。
She knows her man. Her man, her man, her man.
まったく甘えん坊さんなんだから。
I'm gonna let you handle it then, girl.
いや、そういう推理でいいんすか？そんなめちゃくちゃな。
It's a woman's intuition.
名探偵や名刑事
I'm
が
telling you.
男女の気持ちや心を推理できる？
It's
できないでしょ？異性の気持ちを探るのは何次元の
Get
トリ
into
ッ
it.
クを暴くよりはるかに高度な技術なのよ。私に言わせれば名作推理小説より 恋愛小説の方がよっぽど難解なミステリーなんだから。
In a way.
はあ、そういうもんすかね。
私はあの甘えん坊さんと一緒にい
You
るわ。
got it, girl.
普段は虚勢を張ってるけど、今夜はかなりの激論で疲れ切ってる。誰かに寄りかかりたい気持ちなんでしょうね。それに応えるのがパートナーの役目よ。
You got it, girl.
はあ、そりゃお熱いことで。じゃあうちのクソ親父の世話をよろしく頼みますよ。